Good morning, children. This is the video number 2 of your English course, chapter number 9. And today we are going to do the line by line explanation of this chapter. So please keep your books in front of you so that we can start. It was a day the children of Springer's school looked forward to Grandparents' Day. Means, children, it was the Grandparents' Day. They were celebrating in Springer's school, and the children were very excited on this day. This day meant loads of fun, storytelling, games, activities, and singing. Amit's grandfather, Mr. Sharma, was quite a favorite with the children of class 5. He always had funny stories to tell. He would ask the children questions in between, sing a song or two, and sometimes get them to wear masks and act. And on the Grandparents' Day, the school invites all the grandparents of the children. Then Mr. Sharma, who was Amit's grandfather, was the favorite among all. So the class 5 was very excited to have him, and he always told stories of different Jonas children. He always had funny stories for the children, and to make the story excited, he would always ask questions in between from the children. And he would also ask the children to sing a song or two. And sometimes he told them to wear mask and act for the story. So it would have been a very excited session for the children, and that's why always they looked forward to have Mr. Sharma among them. Story are you going to tell us today, Grandpa? Asked one of the children. Do you want to hear an animal story or a funny story about silly people? A funny story about silly people, they all chimed in. As soon as grandfather came inside the class, children were about to ask him, or all quickly asked him, which story was he going to say today, that day. So he asked, and grandpa also was very happy to be among them. He asked them whether they want to hear an animal story or a funny story. They all chimed in, children. They all chimed in means together the children said that they wanted to hear a funny story about silly people. I have got your story ready. But first, a riddle. One day, a man was walking through the streets when he saw a small fruit shop. There he saw an apple and a man. Ahem, Grandpa coughed. Go. Then he paused and asked, what did the man buy and eat? So, when the children told him that they wanted to hear a funny story about silly people, first Grandpa started with a riddle. He asked them about a man who was walking through the streets and he saw a fruit shop. Which fruit did you want to buy? And then he paused and asked, what did the man buy and eat? But the children were not ready for the riddle. We will give you the answer later. Tell us the story first, the children demanded. So children, as soon as the grandfather asked them the riddle, the children were not in a mood to answer the riddle. They wanted to hear the story first. So grandpa began his story. A certain man by the name of Gopal was expecting a visit from a friend he had not met in years. He knew that his friend liked mangoes very much, so he asked his servant to go and buy the finest mangoes in the market. When the servant came back, he showed the two mangoes he had bought, to his master. Gopal was satisfied that they were the best. So he told the servant to dice them and serve them to the guests when he arrived. When Grandpa began his story, he started with the name of Gopal, who was expecting a guest, or who was his friend, whom he has not met in years. Many years means after many years he was going to meet his friend. So he knew that his friend liked mangoes. Whenever someone comes to our house, we want to serve them what they like. If we know, we want to serve them that. So Gopal was expecting his friend whom he did not meet in many years. So he wanted to serve him what he wanted or what he liked. So he liked mangoes, and so he told his servant to go to the market and buy the finest mangoes for his friend. When the servant came back, he showed the two mangoes to his master and asked him and showed him whether they were the best or not. Gopal was very satisfied with the quality of the mango, that they were the best to serve to his friend. So he told the servant, when my friend will come, you please dice the mangoes and serve to the guest when he arrives. Mango smelled oh so sweet. I wonder what they taste like. If they smell so sweet, they must taste even sweeter, though the servant as he cut them. Thought the servant when he cut them. I will taste just one piece. Likes mangoes, children. And when you like something, the smell of the thing makes you like very attracted to it. Makes you very attracted to it means you just smell that thing and you want to eat it. And so the servant, and that the smell of the mangoes is awesome, and so they were the finest mangoes. So when the servant was dicing them, they smelled very sweet, and the smell made the servant eat one of them. He wanted to eat them. So he said he thought that if he would eat one piece, it would not make any difference. So, however, he couldn't resist the temptation to go on eating. Temptation to go on eating means he was very tempted towards it. He was very greedy. That means he was very greedy towards it and wanted to eat them all because they were very tasty. And whenever children, something is very tasty, we forget about the things and we start eating them. However, he couldn't resist to the temptation to go on eating. One became two, two became four, and soon there were no more mangoes left. And now, children, what he had done? He ate all the mangoes. What he would do now? What he would serve to the guest? When Gopal will ask him where are the mangoes, what he will answer to him? And so what happened next? Let's see. Suddenly he saw the guest coming towards the house. Oh no, what am I going to do now? There are no mangoes to serve the guest. Think, he grabbed a rusty knife, rushed to his master and said, I can't cut the mangoes. The knife is too blunt. Children, we do something wrong and we then realize that we have done something wrong, and now what to do? We think about a plan or something. That's why we need some time. So suddenly when the servant realized that there were no mangoes left and what he was going to serve the guest, he saw the man coming towards the house, the guest coming towards the house. And he thought what to do now. So he made a plan quickly. He rushed and grabbed a rusty knife from the kitchen and rushed to his master to say what? And said, I can't cut the mangoes because the knife is too blunt. He made an excuse to make his master busy in something, and so he will make the guest go away. Let's see what he said. I will sharpen it, Gopal offered and went to the sharpening wheel in the garden shed. And so when the servant asked him to sharpen the knife, Gopal went to the sharpening wheel in the garden shed where it was and started sharpening it. Then the servant ran out to meet the man who was coming. Beware, beware, he said anxiously. Don't come to our house, he pleaded. My master has gone mad. He wants to cut off both your ears. After making Gopal busy in sharpening the rusty knife, he went quickly outside and he started warning the person who was coming towards the house. The Gopal who was coming towards the house, he started warning him and telling to beware that his master had gone mad. and he wanted to cut both of his ears. He made the man scared, and so that children he could go away, and he couldn't, and wanted to make the man go away, children, because what Gopal had bought for him, the mangoes, the sweetest and the finest mangoes, the servant had already eaten, and there was nothing to serve his friend. So he wanted the person to go away. And so he made a plan and told his friend that his master has gone mad, and he exclaimed that he also showed that his master was carrying a rusty knife to cut off his ears, and he is sharpening the knife as well. Yes, see, there he is, sharpening a knife, said the servant, pointing at his master. The man saw that his host did really have a knife and in his hand and was sharpening it. He also had a very strange look on his face. Children, when somebody tells a story, we by listening only without thinking anything, we already believes it, and we don't think anything else. We don't want to ask or confirm the thing to the person as well. And when the servant made a story, he already went inside, made a story, the servant made a story, the friend of his already believes in it, because he was carrying a rusty knife also, and he was sharpening it to cut his ears. I'm not going in there, he told the servant firmly, and turning around quickly started walking away as fast as he could. And as soon as the servant told him the story, and he saw a knife in his friend's hands and also saw him sharpening it, he firmly told the servant that he was not coming inside to meet his friend. The servant rushed back to his master and told him that the guest had run away with the mangoes. And now, what will he say? That the man has gone without anything, and where are the mangoes now? So he again made a story to Gopal also, that the man, the friend of Gopal, has gone away with the mangoes, had run away with the mangoes. What? Said his master, horrified. The greedy fellow, has he taken all the mangoes? Yes, said the servant. And now, when Gopal asked that had he taken all the mangoes with him, so the servant said, yes. Why, children? Because there were no more mangoes left. And if he will say that he had only taken one, where is the other one? Gopal will ask. So he said he had taken all the mangoes. Yes, said the servant. Gopal, with his knife still in his hand, ran after the man, shouting, please give me one, give me at least one. When now Gopal started running after the man, Gopal with had a rusty knife in his hand also, and so while running after this the friend of his, he shouted, please give me one, please give me one. So the man thought, the Gopal's friend thought, that he was asking for his ear, not for the mangoes, because the man did not know about the mangoes. So he thought that he was asking for his ears. The other man thought he was asking for one of his ears, and he ran for his life. The children laughed and laughed as Grandpa mimicked the man holding on to his ears and running away. I can't stop laughing, said Ashraf. And now, children, the story was so funny. All the children were happy, and because Grandpa also acted like the man as he grabbed his ears, or he holded his ears and ran away for his life. So the children couldn't stop laughing, because it was a very funny story. And now for the riddle, has anyone thought of the answer? Asked Grandpa. Yes, I have, Meena said excitedly. I think you meant he saw a man go, which means he bought an apple. Brilliant thinking, Meena. Let's clap for her, said Grandpa. And for you, Grandpa, they all chorused. So what did you learn from the story? Asked Grandpa. Don't do bad things, and you won't have to tell lies, Zoe observed promptly. Grandpa was happy that they had understood the story. Children, Meena just clicked on the riddle what Grandpa asked before the story, and they all chorused, they all clapped, and they all applauded for Grandpa for giving us or telling us such a nice story. and with a moral, with a beautiful moral, that if you will say something, you will say a lie or something, do something, you do something bad, you always have to lie for that. And the lie does not end, children, because one after the other you will keep on saying a lie and you will be habituated for this. Always telling a lie, ma'am, this I have not done, because always giving excuses. Children, this is what you don't have to do. If you will say, ma'am, I have not done this and I will not do it any further, the thing will end there only. You need not tell a lie anymore. So, children, whenever you have anything, you have done anything wrong, or you have not done something for the teacher has given you some work, you always have to just say sorry, nothing else. Okay, and if the teacher uh, scolds you or tells you something, but children, still you don't have to tell a lie. Okay, it will be finished there, and you will say, ma'am, I will not do it again, or to your parents or somebody else. Okay, children, so here we come to the explanation, the end of the explanation of the story. I hope you all understood the story. Please go and read it, and if you have any doubts, you have to come to the class and we will solve your problems or your confusions. Okay, children, thank you so much for your time.